What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. And like I said last time, I want to show you guys exactly what I got from the premiere. Now, the premiere at this point is probably like a week ago, but I got some clippers that I wanted to unbox and show you guys in a whole nother episode, which will be this episode. And yeah, man, let's dive into it. So before we actually get started, Wahl, I took a class with Wahl when I was at the premiere, and basically what they told me about this clipper right here was the fact that they only have 500 of these, and they're only going to release them at the premiere. So even if you go online, even if you go literally anywhere to your local barber supply store, they won't have this clipper. Like, this is truly like limited edition, and they wanted to release them at the premiere for whatever reason. And on top of that, they actually made sure that whichever number we get, it's going to be an autograph signed by Mr. Wahl himself, showing that it is certificate of authentication. And yeah, man, they just want to make sure that everything will be true to this clipper being a truly limited edition. Now, Wahl itself, I know they have a knack of doing that more often than not. It's like releasing limited edition clippers and then they kind of just stop selling it. And I feel like that speaks about the brand, man. The brand has been around for over 100 years. Now, guys, once again, I'm not a sponsor, but they did impress me when I was at the premiere. So I want to show you guys exactly, like I said, what I actually have going on and what I was able to cop while I was there. So let's dive into it. All right. Set this over here. And like I said, guys, they said they gave us a certificate of authenticity, and these are the Street Art Legends. And I was able to cop the 425th out of 500 clipper that they wound up making just for Wahl. So we got that going right there. Mr. Brian Wahl, shout out to him. Appreciate it, man, for allowing us to have this opportunity to get something that you may have created yourself for a limited time. So really do appreciate that, man. Okay, so outside of that, let's go ahead and get this clipper out. So I have not charged these clippers. I mean, literally, this is the first time I'm actually really unboxing these. But yeah, man, these are it. Let me show it to you. Yep. Okay. There we go. And they gave a whole bunch of different specs about this clipper. Let me turn it on. Sounds really nice. All the way close. Looks pretty cool, man. So they gave a lot of specs about this clipper right here, which I'm going to dive into a little bit later. But first, I want to get through this box to see exactly what else they have inside of this box. All right. So that's the clipper right there. Boom. All right. Okay. Got this box right here. I'll get to that in a second. This is the charger. Now, one thing I don't really like about Wahl like that a lot of these newer companies have is that the runtime is crazy when it comes to newer clippers versus the older clippers. Now, when I mean clipper companies. Like the older clipper companies, their runtime really isn't the longest. Like I said, with this, I think they said that runtime is maybe like 2 hours at the most. But the thing is, we're such an innovative time to where they're actually making different things like a charging dock for this, so that way, even if, you know, for example, you don't have a charger like so, you can plug it into the dock and allow it to charge while you're cutting, or let's just say you're lining someone else. So it doesn't have to be the full 2 hours, and you have to worry about possibly charging it, not charging it, or leaving it overnight and forgetting to charge it. All of that stuff really doesn't matter when you have that dock. So that's really cool. Like I said, we're in an innovative time, and that's pretty dope to see. So outside of this, outside the charger, let's dive into the box. Let me see if they have any specs inside, man, because that'll be cool, so that way I can share it with you. If not, I'm gonna share with you the limited knowledge that I do have about this. All right. So it comes with some nice guards here. Ooh, okay. They didn't tell me this. It got a nice dock right here. This is exactly the dock I was just talking about. So really, really dope, man. Really dope. So you don't have to worry about plugging into the charger. And I know that, you know, after a long, busy day at the shop, man, a lot of times you really just want to just set it on top of here and go about your business. You know what I mean? So with, like I said, the innovative time that we're in, man, this is so necessary. Anyone knows that when you're busy in the shop and it's like you're cutting client after client, you kind of forget about charging your clippers, man. So this so perfect. And I'm really bragging about it a lot because this is the first one I actually got. Okay, so let's see this right here. All right, let me read this to you guys, man. Wahl Professional tested blades to ensure high quality cutting performance. This testing may result in fibers being present on a blade or on the packaging. Interesting. So they may have actually cut with these prior to actually putting them in the package. Blah, blah. Okay, cool. All right, I'm trying to see if they got any specs, man. So I can read it out to you guys. No, this is just an instruction manual. Okay, so this is not it. Okay, and the other thing is I have in here would be comb and oiling clippers information. Okay, so funny enough, this only has the one, the half, the 1, and the 1.5. These are really the guards that we use most of the time, which is really ironic, man, because typically whenever you buy a clipper, they will give you literally every guard from the half all the way up into about the 6. So that's actually kind of funny. That's actually really smart to utilize the most out of the things that they ever actually give us. So that's really dope. Charger, clipper guard. And that's really it that came into the packaging, man. So let's get into the specs. All right, so the first spec that I want to get into is the fact that they actually, and I noticed because this blade is a little, it looks like it's been tested. It's not freshly out the box, but I like the fact that they actually did test this prior to giving it to us, just to make sure that we're going to get the most out of this clipper. So one of the things that they said about this clipper is the fact that this is a DLC blade. Now, guys, there's a whole bunch of different blades that's being released in today's time. Guys, if you don't know what DLC stands for, it's a diamond-like carbon coating over this blade. Now, basically what that does is that allows the clipper to run a lot smoother for a lot longer period of time. So it's like sometimes we may get that one client who has really thick hair, so while we're cutting their hair, it's a lot harder to take out that line. It's going to take a little bit longer than someone who actually has thinner hair. So in cases like that, it actually allows you to stay running cool, or even if you have client back at the back, you're still gonna have a cool blade, and that's one of the things they mentioned. And I figured that would be pretty cool, especially if you wind up taking a liking to this blade or this clipper. It definitely will allow you to truly enjoy it without having to like possibly burn someone whenever you're cutting them, and that's a plus. All right, guys. So number 2, the next thing that they told me about this clipper is that it actually has the Wahl Senior motor inside of here. And guys, if you don't know anything about it, it's like there's different tiers to this. So you have the Magic Clip, you have the Wahl Legends, and you have the Wahl Seniors. Now, the Wahl Seniors are the most premium, basically, clipper that Wahl actually has. And what they decided to do is put that motor inside of here to make sure that whenever you cut, you get the most powerful cut that you can possibly get, and to get the most out of each cut. And that's one thing they wanted to do. Another thing, they actually mentioned that this lever right here, typically, if you go to a normal clipper, it'll have certain notches, but it kind of limits you. But with this one, typically it will stop about right here. But with this particular clipper, it has an extended lever. And what that does, it allows you to skip guards. So for example, it's like if you want to go from the no guard to the 1, and you can do that freely instead of going back to the 1.5. So in terms of 1.5, it's probably like a smidge underneath it. So it's not quite, a half guard. It's probably like a smidge underneath it, but it's not quite the half guard itself, if that makes sense. So you can still use a half guard, but you can probably skip guards if you truly needed to. So that's another thing. They have the extended lever, which is which is very, very cool. Yeah, and I like it. Another thing they mentioned was the fact that this is an all metal housing. It looks plastic, but it's all metal. And obviously we have these grooves in the back, similar to how the Magic Clips are, or even the Seniors, or any other clipper that they may have. And that's one thing I actually did fall in love with, is the fact that this is super ergonomic, so that way when I'm cutting, it's very comfortable in my hand. I'm not having to cramp up while I'm cutting. So that's another thing. This is all metal housing, and I'm not sure if this was hand painted or not, but this has a little bit of weight to it. This reminded me of an all metal Wahl Senior. That's about the weight of this, and that's about how this feels. So honestly, if you're probably starting off, you probably want to go with the Magic Clips because it's a lot lighter. Now, if you're a little bit more experienced, I would suggest, this is not mandatory, I would suggest that you probably go with something like this. because you're going to get the most out of each cut when it comes to this. Let me see. Yeah, man, they sound pretty, like I said, they sound really, really nice. And like I said before, another thing they mentioned was that the runtime is about 2 hours. So that's probably like, what, 120 minutes. And I mean, that's okay. Like I said, but as long as you have the dock, you should be fine. But overall, man, I think that this is, those are just basically like the specs that they gave me regarding this. But I do love this thing, man, and I really want to get a chance to use it. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of torn between wanting to use this as a clipper in the shop, or do I want to just keep this for display? Now, personally, I don't collect shoes, I don't collect Jordans, but I do want to give these a shot. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Like I said, comment below about your thoughts on this particular clipper. Should they have done a different design? Should they have done something completely different or make more of these? Guys, let me know. I would love to hear you guys' opinion. So until next time, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.